If you're doing client web design projects, but for some reason find that those projects are always dragging on way longer than they should, as your client gets you dribs and drabs of the things that you need here and there, or maybe you're even waking up in the middle of the night multiple times thinking things like, shoot, where is their domain name right now, and will I be able to get it to their new website in time for launch? If that's you, take heart. I want you to watch this video all the way until the end as I share the 5 vital questions that you need to ask and the bits that you need to collect from your new website client before your project gets started, so that you can give a 5-star organized experience, complete that project on time, and efficiently move on to the next project, meaning more projects in your year and therefore more revenue too. The first thing to ask is, what style and vibe are you looking for your website to have, and what other websites do you like and find inspirational for yours? Now, you might have already realized as a website designer that people are pretty terrible at explaining what they want visually with words. So I like to have my clients share visual ideas visually. Meaning I have them create a Pinterest board and/or give me links to websites that they find inspiring and they would like theirs to emulate. I get clients to share 3 to 5 inspiration websites with me, and then I actually discuss those websites with them. I don't just end there, because I have clients point out the specific bits that they like and dislike in that inspiration website. It's important for you to know, is the thing that draws them to this website, is it the color scheme? Is it the button animations? Is it the hand-drawn custom graphics? Is it the photos or the layout? Oftentimes when I get clients to do this exercise and actually point out the bits and pieces that they really like about the website, it tends to be 1 or 2 things on that website and not the entire website. And that's super important for you to know, because I don't want you to spend ages creating something for them on their website when that wasn't even the bit of the inspiration website that they liked in the first place. So remember, don't just get a list of inspiration websites. This is what most website designers do, and it's what causes them the problem. But also specifically ask what it is that they like and even dislike about the website. They could probably tell you a few of those too. The second thing you need to ask your client for is the practical details. Things like logins, where their domain name is right now, which company did they buy the domain with, and do they want to move it to the new website building platform? Also, do they want things like their email and their address and their phone number to appear on the contact page or not? Some companies want just a contact form, others want the actual details, including their address posted online. You need to figure this out with the client, what they want to share on their website, again, conveniently before the project starts and you're not designing the contact page and needing to send an email and ask. Also, find out the year that they started their business, so you can use that in the copyright note in the footer of their website, and also their legal business name. That might be different from what they typically go by. You need to figure out what is like their LLC name. Again, that's for the copyright note in the footer. The third thing you need to ask for is the actual website content. So often new website designers are confused as to what is their job as the website designer and what is their client's job to do. Generally, this is done by the client or maybe some other professionals that they hire. And generally, this is the stuff that is done by you. Now, I know there's little bits of these things which are kind of confusing, so if you have questions about anything else, if it's a you task or a client task, feel free, ask me in the comments below. I'm happy to help you there. Basically, your client gets you the content and you build the website. That's roughly how the work divide goes. Now, as you might have learned from doing a few client projects, the quality of the content, the photos especially, greatly affects the quality of the site design and therefore your desire to use this portfolio piece in your portfolio. One thing which my Square Secrets business students always ask me about is, how do I get clients with good quality content so I can build portfolio pieces that I want to put in my portfolio? Honestly, the key here is to raise your prices. The faster you get into higher price points, the faster you'll get clients which have quality content that you can make amazing websites with. But how do you confidently raise your prices? I would suggest taking a legit web design skills course and a web design business course. I surveyed over 700 web designers to find out what exactly was the differences between the ones who were charging premium prices and the ones who were not. And this was the thing. Courses was the biggest differentiating factor. I should clarify here, we're not talking college degrees or university courses, we're talking online courses. In our survey from the designers who were self-taught, less than 2% of them charged over $5,000 per project, whereas the designers who had invested the most into their online education had over 23% of them charging $5,000 plus per project, meaning you are 11.5 times more likely to be charging premium rates and therefore getting clients with better quality content if you take some online courses. So legit online courses, super worth it. My Square Secrets business course opens for enrollment just a couple times a year, and the students who go through it raise their rates fast. We're talking going from charging a few $100s for a project to that same designer charging $11,000 a project in as little as a year or two. If you want the details on the course, I'll put the link below. Fourth, you need to ask your client about what the website's end goal is and also what exactly they want a site visitor to do on their website. Ask them something like, what's the first step you hope visitors will take when they land on your homepage? This helps you decide what to prioritize in the design. It helps you make decisions like what item in the top navigation should be made into a button and what should the call to action in the footer be, stuff like that. When we're designing, we can guide the site visitors to certain bits of the site through the hierarchy and design choices that we make, so it's important that we actually know what the website's end goal is in order to design with that in mind, and therefore make the site as effective for our clients as possible. Fifth, you need to ask who will be giving feedback on the project and final approval on the website. This question is vital, and I suggest not asking it once a project is started, but actually before you even decide to work with that specific client. Reason being, the more people giving feedback on the website, the more difficult the project will be to manage. Now, of course, there are definitely boundaries that you can put in place and expectations you can set, but generally, the more cooks in the kitchen, the more headache for you. So if you're doing a few potential client consult calls that week and you have your pick of clients and only so many design spots, then I would honestly seriously consider giving the design spot to the project with the least number of people involved in the project if you want to make your life easy. And definitely stay far away from projects which need the approval of a board at a monthly meeting. That will massively disrupt your timeline and your process. And so I have a strict never work with a company or organization that needs board approval on this website before my project can be completed. But what if you don't have the luxury of multiple consult calls booked every single week and therefore your pick of clients? Well, it means it's time to really nail generating leads into your web design business. And to do that, you need a marketing strategy. To help you with that, I created a quiz, which client finding method matches your personality type. I'll link that up here and also in the description below. When you get way more inquiries, you can be pickier and you can start going with the projects that have the best photos, have minimal people involved in giving feedback, and have the style and vibe of the websites that you want to work on and do more of. Now, granted, even if you nail asking your client all of these questions and therefore have everything you need to start the project well, your onboarding process might still be a mess and you might still spend hours trying to get the project even started. The solution, it's in this video. I'm going to show you exactly how I onboard clients with my CRM system of choice, Honeybook.